Hello YouTube, I haven't filmed a video in a while, so I thought that I would film an album collection video, but this is going to be a two-part series, and the first video is going to be my normal CDs, and then the second video is going to be my K-pop albums. So let's get started with the CDs. Okay, so the first one I have is Alessia Cara's Know It All album. And then the next one I have is Ashley Tisdale's Guilty Pleasure, which is actually a really good album. I like it a lot. And then I have Big Time Rush's Big Time Rush. And I want to get all of their albums because they're super amazing and I wish they still made music, but yeah. And then I have Bruno Mars's Doo-Wops and Hooligans. And I have Carly Rae Jepsen's Kiss album. I have Colby Kelly's Coco album, and I also want all of her albums because all of her songs are amazing and she's actually one of my favorite female artists probably. I have Cody Simpson's Paradise. I have David Archuleta's first self-titled CD, and I want all of his albums too. Unfortunately, this is cracked and broken, but I also have his Christmas from the Heart CD. I have Demi Lovato's self-titled album. And I also have her album called Confident. And I have the Disney Channel Holiday album. And also I have the Disney Frozen soundtrack. I want to get the soundtrack from the movie Hairspray because that's one of my favorite albums ever. And then I have a CD from a band called Future Sunsets, and the CD is called Free, I believe. And then I have the Hannah Montana 3 soundtrack. And I have Jason Derulo's self-titled album, which is amazing, and I love all of his music as well. Now I'm gonna say, for being a Jonas Brothers fan, I have a really sad Jonas Brothers album collection, and that's because I used to buy all their albums off of iTunes only, so I own all their albums on iTunes, just not in the physical copy, but one day I do want to get all of them. But the only one I have in the physical copy is called Lines, Finds, and Trying Times. But I do have all of Nick Jonas's albums, though. I have his self-titled album, and then I have Last Year Was Complicated, which is definitely one of my most favorite albums of all time. And then from the band called Luminate, which is a Christian band, I have their Come Home album. And then I have almost all of Justin Bieber's albums. I'm just missing, I don't have the My World album. And I don't have the Journals album, I believe. But I have My World 2.0. And then I have My World's Acoustic. And then I have Never Say Never, the remixes. And I have Under the Mistletoe. And I also have the Boyfriend single. And I have the Believe album, which is my favorite Justin Bieber album. And then I have Believe Acoustic. I really like his acoustic albums. And then I have his latest album called Purpose. And then I have two One Direction albums. I have the Up All Night Deluxe Edition album. And then I have the Made in the AM Deluxe Edition, which is a really good album too. And then from Pink, I have Misunderstood, because this is kind of just a throwback album from my childhood. And then from Paramore, I have Brand New Eyes. And I also have Riot. And And I also have All We Know Is Falling, which might be my favorite album, I think. And I think I'm only missing 1 or 2 Paramore albums, and I want to get those as well. And from Owl City, I have his newest release, Mobile Orchestra. I want all of his albums too because he's one of my favorite artists. And from Taylor Swift, I have Speak Life. And I also have her newest release, 1989. From a band called The House on Cliff, I have their first EP signed. Band called The Vamps, I have their newest album called Wake Up. From 21 Pilots, I have their album called Blurry Face. And then from my favorite singer, Will J, I have his first EP signed. And those are all of my albums. I want to get more, and there's a lot of albums that I want, but I can't get any right now. But I hope you will stay tuned and watch the next part of this, which is my K-pop album collection. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe.